Good morning, all. Now we discuss the motion of center of mass. Center of mass motion. Here we consider the motion of some irregular objects, and in that we focus on the motion of the center of mass of each bodies. First is a baseball bat. Second is a ball. And third is a doll. Fourth is a spanner and a ring, etc. And also consider this one, how the center of mass moves. In all the cases, we focus on the motion of the center of mass. Just watch once more. Here the center of mass moves along a parabolic path. And here also here we analyze the motion of a tennis racket at different points. Just watch. This is the motion of the racket. This is a trajectory of the object. And now we focus on the end of the handle. Its trajectory is like this. And in the third, we focus on the center of mass. The center of mass moves in projectile motion. And here we focus on the one of the ends, but we take the frame as the center of mass as the frame. It is different. So this trajectory is circular. Here it is a different case. The details about this fourth one we will discuss in the next chapters. Now only consider these two. Here the end point motion. This is a trajectory, and it is a trajectory of the center of mass. And here here we put a weight, a nut fixed at the bottom, then the center of mass will be there. If it is placed here, it will come to this point, because the center of mass is at high point. Okay. If it moves in a smooth surface, it will just skid and the center of mass will go down. Here, a rectangular crash is held with one corner resting on a frictionless stable. Here, this point is the center of mass of the crash. The crash is gently released and it falls in a complex tumbling motion. Here we are not prepared to predict the full motion because it will involve rotation, but there is no difficulty in finding the trajectory of the center of mass. The center of mass will just moving downward because the external force acting on the external force acting on the box are gravity and the normal force of the turbine. Both of these are vertical, so the center of mass must accelerate vertically downward. If the box is released from rest, the center of force straight down. Now we go to discuss conservation of momentum. When we discuss about the momentum, we found that the total external force acting on a system is related to the total momentum of the system by F is equal to dP by dt. Consider the implication of this for an isolated system. What is isolated system? In an isolated system, the external force acting on the system is zero. It is isolated from all field. So in this case, F is equal to 0. So dP by dt is equal to 0. So what that equation implicates? Here, dP divided by dt is equal to 0. What does it means? If the time derivative of a quantity is equal to 0, then this quantity is not changing. Okay, so we can say that P is constant. P is constant. So the total momentum of the isolated system is constant, no matter how strong interactions are among its constituents and no matter how complicated the motions. This is the law of conservation of momentum. As we shall show, this apparently simple law can provide powerful insight into complex systems. The law of conservation of momentum follows directly from Newton's third law, so that the conservation of momentum appears to be a natural consequence of Newtonian mechanics. However, the conservation of momentum turns out to hold true even in the realms of quantum mechanics and relativity when Newtonian mechanics proves inadequate. We know that we cannot apply the Newtonian mechanics in the case of microscopic particles like electron, proton, etc. And also when the particles move in with high velocities. But in such cases also, we can apply the conservation of momentum. Conservation of momentum can also be generalized to apply light. Conservation of momentum can also be generalized to apply to light because light can be considered as a stream of particles called photons that are massless but nevertheless possess momentum. For these reasons, conservation of momentum is generally regarded as being more fundamental than the laws of Newtonian mechanics. In the next session, we will discuss one of the applications of conservation of momentum. So I stop here. Thank you.